Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I wanted to talk about a pretty interesting piece. One that is taking the Swiss watch industry to a whole new direction, and something that, when it was released, was really surprising. And that piece is the Swatch Watch System 51. This is actually the piece I was wearing during my video with TGV yesterday. And before we get into it, I'm sure you guys are going to ask, so let me do a little wristwatch check. And today I'm wearing my Breitling Chronomat Evolution chronograph. What makes the System 51 so special? Well, Swatch, as a company, was created in 1983 by Nicholas Hayek, and their mission statement was to bring a fully Swiss mass-produced watch to the masses. Now, they did that by keeping prices down, so rubber bands, plastic cases, and they also shrank the number of parts in a typical quartz movement from 91 to 51. Um, and we'll talk more about that magic number 51 a little later in the video. It's now 2016, but in 2014, when this line was announced, Swatch took their original mission statement to bring cheap Swiss quartz watches to the masses, and turned it to bring cheap Swiss automatic watches to the masses. And this is a pretty big thing because smartwatches had just started to roll out, and there was a lot of competition. Why would somebody buy, a cheap Japanese quartz for $100 when you can get a smartwatch for that price? So Nicholas Hayek, went, and thought, well, let's bring the Swiss automatic to the masses with the pedigree of Swiss manufacturing and the history. And that's just what they did. And it's a very interesting watch. Why is it called the System 51? Well, 51 being the magic number, Swatch reduced the number of parts in an automatic movement to 51. So this piece is made out of 51 parts and one central screw. Now we're going to take a close-up look at it in just a minute, but I wanted to give you some of the stats. The movement is also manual winding, so a lot of the less expensive movements, especially in Seikos, for example, you cannot manually wind them. This you can, and this new movement has been dubbed the ETA C10111. Now, there are a few downfalls to this. The movement has been hermetically sealed in the case, so it cannot be serviced, it cannot be removed. And the movement also does not have a regulator, as you can see, so it can never be adjusted. Now, for the price point, it tells pretty decent time. Don't expect this to be up there with ETA movements, or typical ETA movements, I should say, because this is an ETA movement. Mine tells time to about plus 10 seconds a day, which is pretty typical, for a Seiko 5 or an Orient. So it's been machine regulated to about 10 seconds a day. I've seen them as bad as plus 19. I've seen them as accurate as plus 5. So it can't be serviced. It doesn't have a regulator. And another thing that people should probably be aware of, the movement is not made of steel. It's made out of zinc and copper. Now this has anti-magnetic properties, so it should hold up pretty well. Now at 42 millimeters, it's a larger watch, but it actually wears smaller, but it still does fit a guy like me. Guys, let's take a closer look, with a close-up, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks. Hey guys, and welcome back to the review of the Swatch System 51. As we can see here, I own the blue version. This is part of the second run of the Swatch System 51 watches. Excuse the lighting, it is a little later during the day. And there we can see the zinc movement with the one central screw. As you can also see, there's no regulator on the balance wheel. Another very interesting thing, apart from the funky design of the backplate of the movement, is this circle here. That's the rotor. Let's see if we can have it spin. So the rotor is actually not in the center of the movement. It's the whole backplate. Now this piece here is made entirely of plastic and rubber, and the 6 orange dots on the dial represent the 6 joules of the movement. Now, there's some quite nice touches with this watch. I love the orange date wheel with the blue date. I think it's done extremely well. It's also very comfortable. As you guys can see here, this strap is rubber and it's got orange stitching. Plays very well with the orange accents. And it's long enough even for a guy like me. Let's take a closer look at that ETA C10111 movement. Hermetically sealed. We can see the balance ticking away there. I think that's a 21,600 vibrations per hour. And as you can see, the case has also got a transparent kind of look. It's quite playful. I really like this watch. It's not the smoothest second hand there is, but you know, 21,600 vibrations per hour. It's kind of standard. And the dial, if we take a closer look, is almost a sunburst finish. It's not too thick either. I think it's right around 13 millimeters. And the straps are 3-pronged. So you won't be able to find too many aftermarket straps. That is one of the negatives. I just love, though, the little details. As I said, that date wheel and those 6 dots to show exactly where the joules are on the movement. All their dials will feature these 6 dots, or at least they have so far. Let's see how it looks on the wrist. As you can see, it looks all right. It's not too small for even a guy of my size. So this right here is a Swatch Sistem 51, the $100 to $200 Swiss automatic for the masses. It's a lot of fun, guys. What do you think? Let's take it back to the studio. Hey guys, and welcome back to the studio. So what do you guys think of the Swatch Sistem 51? I love what it stands for. I think the Swiss watch industry isn't sitting on their laurels, and they're trying to combat this smartwatch growth, and they're trying to combat the Japanese, Seiko, kind of dominates the lower price point, and I think Swatch came out with something really cool. It also shows, in my opinion, that the Swiss watch industry doesn't take itself too seriously, that they're not so stuffy. I mean, this is a really playful watch, one that I love to wear to the beach. I certainly love to wear it on weekends. I actually bought this in Miami Airport. I was just walking by, and I knew the pieces, the System 51 was going to be released, and I walked in and I asked to see one, and they only had a couple left, and I was really impressed, and luckily they had my favorite blue color, so I went ahead and picked it up. So I don't know if it's a staple in my collection, but it certainly has a place. You don't always have to buy expensive pieces to enjoy them, and I wear this when I'm feeling kind of whimsical, and hopefully it says a little about me that I can enjoy everything from a Patek to a Swatch. I also want to give a shout out to my good friend Tristano over at the Urban Gentry channel for giving me those gloves. It makes reviewing a whole lot easier, and I think it gives it a professional look. So thank you, Tristano. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Do you like the watch? Is it impressive to you that a fully Swiss watch can be had for under $200 and it's automatic? Leave a comment in the comment box below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out, and you don't want to miss any more content that I put out, do you? All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.